August 29th, 2024, Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please. Here.
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No, sir.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting of August 22nd, 2024,
I recommend approval, sir.
and I concur. Bid openings, I don't see any. Number 6, matters from other department heads or their representatives. Anybody?
Anybody?
Okay. Moving on to correspondence. Letter A, correspondence received from William Short, Chief of Police, requesting to place an officer on paid administrative leave as of Monday, August 26, 2024, pending investigation.
I recommend Chief Short's request.
And I concur. Letter B, correspondence received from Bernard Grizolia, Fire Chief, requesting the approval of the letter of retirement from Captain Robert Research, who has served the citizens of Hammond for more than 28 years, effective August 20th, 2024.
I recommend approval of the Chief's request.
And I concur. Letter C, correspondence received from the Controller's Office requesting the approval of the renewal of amusement device license for Flo's Kenwood Tap, Portside Pub, Shoop's Hamburgers, Billy Bear Bar and Grill, and Calumet Laundromat.
I recommend approval.
And I concur. Letter D, correspondence received from Brian Miller, Director of Public Safety, Purdue University Northwest, requesting permission to have an outdoor music at the University Village Residential Halls on August 29th, 2024, from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m.
I recommend approval.
Something they've done before, so.
Yes, sir.
And I concur. Letter E, correspondence received from Brian Miller requesting permission to lift the residential parking restrictions for the 73 and 7400 blocks of Alabama, Arizona, California, and Colorado to hold their 7th annual Fall Sports Festival at Dowling Park on September 9th, 2024, from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m., and also allow cars to park on J.F. Mahoney Drive. Residents will be notified, and PNW Police will be working the event.
The only thing I was going to mention is that to have, since J.F. Mahoney's been paid, I don't know if it's gotten narrower or not, but it's kind of tight. I just want to make sure that they are, and there's like a little bit of a drop-off, so just want to make sure that it's safe over there. Maybe just have somebody double-check that.
I'll send Lieutenant Sparks over there. Other than that, you're gonna have no problem with the residential lift and all that
No,
stuff?
as long as we're giving notice and it's well in advance.
Okay.
All right. I'll recommend Mr. Miller's request.
And just as long as we're gonna send it to, I'm gonna have,
Send it to
Lieutenant
traffic.
Sparks is gonna go check it,
Okay.
yeah. And I concur.
Thank you, sir.
Letter F, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting approval of the solicitation for requests for proposals for the downtown Hammond Station platform.
Yes, this is a READY grant, and under the grant, it's typical to go out for RFPs for this platform itself. It wasn't included in the station, so I would recommend approval.
Okay. I recommend approval.
Okay, and I concur. Number 8, matters from board members. Anything?
No, sir. Yeah.
Okay, number 9, new business. Letter A, a request for advertisement dates for the 2024 Hammond Lighting Project to be advertised on September 5th, 2024, and September 12th, 2024, with a bid opening of September 26th, 2024, submitted for approval.
Yes, this is some lighting projects throughout the area that the councilman wanted. The councilman's utilizing their gaming funds, and Mr. Moore from Nice is the design engineer, so if you have any questions.
Fine gentlemen, fine gentlemen.
SCA.
You're good then, Mark?
Yes.
Okay,
All right. I recommend approval.
Thank you.
and I concur.
Thank you, sir.
Letter B, request from Mr. Tony Scott from 22 Williams to paint yellow on both sides of his driveway due to neighbors parking too close and he cannot drive in or back out safely. I did talk to Felix this morning. The painting was done by the city, and it's not, I was confused. I thought it was a full length. It's only like a foot on each side of the driveway to keep people just from getting right up on the driveway.
So the city already did it.
City already did it. It was already done this morning. Yeah, it was already done, so,
I'll recommend approval.
yeah. And I concur. He said they do it all the time. I thought that, because I said, what's gonna stop everybody from just painting a parking spot in front of their house? But just to block the driveway a little bit. Letter C, notice of violation for property located at 4840 Ash. Good morning.
Castro?
Good morning. Back in June 4th, I did an interior inspection of this property at 4840 Ash, and upon inspection, we found that the basement apartment did not meet the safety issues or safety regulations and building code regulations. Due to that, there was no permits ever pulled for the conversion of a basement to an apartment, and also it didn't have minimum ceiling height. The ceiling in the basement ranged from 6'2" to 6'7", and minimum residential code requires 7 feet. I was with the owner when we went through the inspection, and I informed her then that the apartment would have to be removed. They agreed to remove it. They weren't planning on renting it out. She's a new owner and just recently purchased the property and rented out the main level. So we are requesting that the board sign the findings in order that I submitted yesterday and order the removal of the basement apartment.
Okay, we don't need a status on this later on to make
No.
sure it's been removed? Okay.
No.
Just need to approve it.
Okay, I recommend approval of the basement apartment being removed.
Thank you.
And I concur. Thank you.
sir.
Okay,
Well, I just have a quick question on that.
okay.
Rich, was that by agreement or by, did she agree to have a basement? It's out, right? Is that what you're saying?
They have to get a contractor to remove it, but they haven't done so yet. This is just the ordering the removal.
Have we presented the board with the materials and the photographs?
Yep, yep.
All right, so I just want to make sure that we have a good record. So for the record, I just want to note that Mr. Castro has presented the board with his inspection notes, photographs, and other materials to form the basis for the findings in order of the board.
Okay,
Oh,
All right,
thank you, sir.
right, Rich, good?
thank you. Okay, letter D, right-of-way permit received from engineering submitted for approval.
Yes, we have one from Gora Plumbing, and that was previously approved, but due to financial constraints of the client, they couldn't do it at that particular time. It's a water line service and a rear, so it should be not a big deal. An
Okay,
alley, take one day thereabouts, so I would have recommended approval.
okay,
Okay, I'll recommend approval.
and I concur. Letter E, garage sale permits submitted for approval. Yeah, we're, second, it's not third.
All right. I recommend approval of the garage sales.
And I concur. Letter F, request for a late rental registration hearing.
I recommend we set this for September 12th, 2024.
And I concur. Moving on to old business, letter A, request from Derek Bryant to use the parking lot directly in back of the building on 5260 Homan Avenue on September 22nd, 2024 at noon.
Is this the ongoing
So-
voter restrictions on
That might be him. Sir, are you here for the 5260 Homan Avenue?
Yes, sir.
Could you please maybe come over here?
No. Excuse me. Okay, I'm sorry.
So-
Good morning. How you doing today?
Good, can you give us your name, please?
My name is Darren Willis.
Okay, so from what I understand, Derek was supposed to be here last week, correct?
Correct. No,
Okay,
week
so-
before last.
Week before, so what
Yes, sir.
happened that time?
He had a medical emergency, and he wasn't able to make it. And he wasn't able to make it today because he had to do something with his mom or something of that nature. So he on his way to the hospital with her. So just some misfortune and stuff.
Okay, so explain to us what you're hoping to accomplish that day and what the event entails.
Okay, once again, we're the regular Grand Lodge of Indiana. We are new to the area, and we get space donated to us right now from the Live Project across the street from us. Tammy Morrison is the CEO of the company. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to just let the community know we're there of that nature. We're just going to do, it's a trailer. We're going to do the football game, the Bears and the Colts play, and give out hot dogs, hamburgers, and school supplies to the area. Just let us know that we're there, and we plan on doing more community interaction. That's it.
Okay, when I talked to Mr. Bryan on the phone, he mentioned that it was you guys were hoping to sign up voters.
Correct.
Okay, so is that the nature of what you're trying to do?
We was gonna do that too, but we couldn't proceed with that until we finalized this right here. They wanted us to make sure that we was able to meet before they would allow us to do some voters registration.
No, I understand, but before we finalize it, before we say yes, we want to make sure that we know everything that you intend to do.
Correct, yes, that was definitely part of what we wanted to do too. We could still do the voter registration, but it would not be for the presidential election, but we still could register votes throughout the community for upcoming elections and things of that nature.
Okay, so it's to watch a football game, get to meet the public,
Correct.
hand out some food, and
Correct.
sign up some people to vote.
That's it. Yes, sir, that's it.
And you guys have done this where else? Where have you done this before?
On Chicago, we were a part of the Regular Grand Lodge of Illinois, but most of us moved to the south side of Indiana, so we decided to open up, branch off to this area, and we've done it numerous times in Chicago, numerous times.
Hi, Mr. Wills, I just have a couple questions. Could you give me the name of your organization again?
Regular Grand Lodge,
Regular Grand
Lodge of Indiana.
Lodge. Okay, and is it affiliated with like a national organization, national fraternal organization?
Yes, United Masonic Assembly.
So it's a Masonic organization?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you said that you're gonna have a trailer?
Yes.
Is there gonna be any alcohol?
That's a question I wanted to ask too. I was leading up to. Could it be at their own? We're not selling no alcohol, anything like that. Once again, it is in a lot behind where we meet at, so it's a private entity. Could they consume alcohol?
The only concern I have is there's a school right there, and I know this is a Sunday.
Correct.
But generally, like in Indiana, the alcohol laws are you have to be, I forget if it's 300 or 500 feet from a school. So that would be my only concern is that, and that was kind of leading into my next question, which was, why did you choose this parking lot kind of right behind? Because it's not really, it's kind of a little bit off the beaten path, right? It's not like it's visible from the street.
Correct.
So I was just curious why you guys chose this place versus like, something more that you could see as you're driving.
Real time frame. Our time frame got small, and we was trying to do something not enormous. We needed more time to prepare for it, and our time really did shrink of that nature. So we was going to do something right where we meet at. We have
where do you meet?
5260 Hammond.
You meet there?
Right.
Oh, that's where you have your lodge meetings?
Correct.
Okay, is that like the old, is that the Philly steak place or the potato place?
No, it's right down the street from there. Right down there. It used
Okay.
to be a club or something.
Aquavor.
Right.
Yeah,
She actually donates space to us right there for right now.
Okay.
Because we're working on other situations.
And how many members do you have of the regular Grand Lodge Indiana chapter?
48.
48, okay. And how many people are you going to expect at this event?
All of them wouldn't be there. I don't think it'd be over 100.
Okay. And again, kind of the same thing, right? We just want to make sure you guys sound like you're a great organization, but we don't want to have it get out of hand and everything like
Correct.
that. So if it's 100, that's a little, I don't know how the police department's going to feel about that. Because this is kind of like a permit for, I'm almost thinking like, I wonder if the Russell Street lot would be a better spot for this, or I don't know. I'm just trying to think, because it's like behind all the buildings right there.
Right.
But I think your lodge is right there, which is you
Correct,
kind of want to have it right at the lodge.
Right, and once again, right there, I know we would be able to control everything right there.
Yeah.
If we move it someplace else, that it calls for more planning and stuff of that nature. So we was using that space where we know we could control.
How big is your trailer? You said you have a trailer?
Yes. How big is that thing?
I mean, is it like the size of an RV? Is it a size of like a?
Yes, it's like the size of an RV. It's about, that's about 30 feet long.
Okay.
And it breaks out, it break down, then the screen go up, and the game will be projected on the screen. It's like maybe 50-foot screen denominator.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a big screen. It's nice.
150-foot screen?
Yes, it's
That's
nice.
like-
It's the whole side.
150 feet's like 10 stories tall.
They measure screens different than
Okay, yeah,
that
side-
right there.
diagonal.
Diagonal, right.
Still, that's a big
Right, I meant
I'll be there for the
inches. Right, I meant inches, right. You're absolutely right. It's inches, right.
I'm already signed up to vote, but I'll be.
Exactly, right. Bigger to be
So the alcohol, I'm a little nervous about that.
Okay.
Because you have to have that area confined.
Correct.
I'm assuming you can't just make sure adults only are there. There's going to be kids there potentially?
No, I don't think, at first we was gonna do kids too, because I was gonna get a gaming truck. And then after consulting with some of the other members, there's like, no, just keep it straight adults. And just, because they the only ones could, if we do the signing up, they don't want to sign up to vote. So why even have kids present?
Right. I think this is one of those things, everything you're saying is great. I just hope you understand that we're a little cautious with stuff like this when it's
Without a doubt.
new.
Without a doubt.
Because obviously there's a potential for trouble.
Correct.
So we just want to make sure we're doing our due diligence, that's
Correct.
all. So-
Yeah, especially with a new organization, you know.
Absolutely,
we're not familiar with it.
absolutely.
Look, we just want a chance to show Hammond what we're trying to do, and we're not trying to do anything to hurt the community. We're trying to actually help, none
Okay.
more, none less.
So, two other things. One, I just want to make sure that Linda gets Mr. Willis's information, like phone number, email.
That's fine.
Or whatever, just make sure
That's
you give it to her. Also, the only other glitch that might be in this is that I'm not sure if the city owns the lot or if it's redevelopment.
No, the city don't own the lot.
City owns it, not redevelopment? Because not the Department of Redevelopment? Because I'm just thinking if it is redevelopment, they have a meeting Tuesday and you can still get on their agenda and request it as well.
No. Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken, it's a private lot.
Okay. Well, no, you think it's a private lot?
Yes.
The lots behind that building, half of it's redevelopment, half of it's HAS.
I'm sorry?
The
These
parking
things-
lots behind the buildings, half of it is owned by redevelopment and half of it is owned by HAS.
Okay, so that's the school lot. Okay, so we wouldn't have any control over the school lot, and redevelopment would be redevelopment. In other words, we can't give you permission for a lot we don't own. So,
So I have a question for you.
yes, sir.
We have been shown which area is actually the school, right? And the school it's a little square, then the other side of it is actually the school. I was unaware of somebody else owning a lot because that's where everybody park at that's used those facilities right there behind the building directly. And I thought I was told it was
City? You thought it was the city?
no, I thought the owner of
School?
the building,
Oh, owner of the building.
yes.
and you've talked to whoever that is?
Yes, I can't think of his name right now, it's
That's
family, but
okay.
yes.
Because what I'm trying to do is avoid you missing a deadline. Like, if it is owned by redevelopment, I'd rather get you in touch with Ann Taylor and her folks.
Okay,
Because she has a meeting Tuesday, and then you can go to that meeting
okay.
and request it there, you know, and I don't want to waste your time either, because I'm sure you're busy and you had a job and all this other stuff, so.
Well, because I took off work today.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to show you this real quick here. That, let's see, where's Holman here, Rich?
To the right there.
There's Holman. Okay, 5260 is here, right here. That's owned by the school.
That was for the school owned
This is redevelopment.
and the school was
That's
all owned by
see, 'cause there's
HAS.
the whole school. So the one right behind your building is the school. This one is redevelopment. So you probably have a better chance with redevelopment.
Yes.
I think the school would probably be like, no, we don't have any outside events.
The school told me that wasn't theirs. The school told me this was theirs and all of that because the teachers only park in this area right here. They would not.
Well,
park
they have permission to park there. The teachers can also use the redevelopment lot.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but the school owns this. I don't think, well, obviously you can do whatever you want. You can go to the school and request if you'd like. You can go to redevelopment and Linda will be able to get you the contact information for
Okay.
redevelopment to get on their agenda for Tuesday.
Okay.
But it looks like it's not city owned. But,
So I have a question for you. If I talk to the school and they say it's okay, is it okay?
I
I think-
don't see why it wouldn't, I guess.
well, I mean, they'd have permission to use it, but you'd still have to go through Board of Works to get permission to have a outdoor
Right.
event. So I think what we have to do is potentially say, you know, if the property owner says it's okay, you need to determine if there's any parameters you want to place on it. Because usually we would say like, oh yeah, I own the lot, I own the place.
Correct.
And this is what I want to do. In this instance, we know what they want to do, we just don't have the permission of the property owner at this time to
Right.
say, yes, we're okay with them doing it. And then they would come to you and you would make a decision. So if you want to put any parameters on it, make a contingent decision based upon the property owner saying it's okay, we could do it that way.
Well, I think I'm okay with doing it that way.
Okay.
The event sounds good.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that everything you're telling us is obviously the truth.
Yes.
But I do need to know if, who's gonna give you permission to be on their property.
Okay, so if I go to the school and talk to them today, and they said it's okay,
Just have
give
something
me
in
something in
writing.
writing and bring it back?
Get it to Linda.
Okay.
She's upstairs at the Board of Works meeting.
All right.
And then also, she's gonna get you the contact information for redevelopment, because if the school says no, you could still potentially go on that lot that's closer to Russell
Okay.
Street and use that. If
All
they
right.
give you- If
Okay.
they give you permission.
All right,
All right?
not a
So-
problem.
Okay.
So pending that?
I think-
I'm good with it, yeah, pending that, okay.
So now time is of getting shorter and shorter on us.
Yes.
So as soon as I find out if they would allow me to do it, that's one thing. Just bring a letter, give it to Linda. If not, then I still got to go to the board no matter what.
You'd have to go to the redevelopment commission meeting, which is Tuesday right here.
Okay.
Tuesday
all right.
afternoon, it's like 4:30 on Tuesday. And we'd have to get you on the agenda, and
Okay.
she'll assist you with who to contact.
Okay, all right, all right, all right.
We might need
Not
a
problem.
letter saying this is what we want. We might need a letter from you. You have something from them originally?
Yes, she has
Okay.
several
So she could
letters.
forward that over to redevelopment.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
And then if that's taken care of, then I think we're good to go. We wish you the best of luck. We hope
Appreciate it.
everything goes great.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, in the future, maybe,
Write it out.
This'll
We
be a
were-
little bit
We were planning
easier.
much better. This was something we was trying to do before the
I gotcha.
year's over with. And by all means, everybody is more than welcome to come.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. I didn't get the information.
Recommend to approve pending,
Pending.
clearing up the property issue.
Okay, all right. I recommend approval of the event pending proper notifications to people that own the property.
And I would just ask the maximum amount of people, 100 people,
Okay.
alcohol. I don't know if you guys got anything on that.
The alcohol, I think we should stay away from this year.
Okay.
Okay, we talked about, I think that's something maybe we could talk about in the future when we have a little more time to talk about it.
Correct.
Okay, so and then the number 100, I think we should try to stay at also.
Okay.
Okay? Okay.
Okay.
What's that? You can make that recommendation.
Okay, so we're no alcohol, I'll clarify my motion here, to no alcohol and 100 people max.
Recommendation,
Yes, sir.
and I concur.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to letter B, status for 630 Stewart.
Mr. Patrick.
Good morning.
The owner of this property has gone radio silent. I have received no messages from the owner, so today I will be requesting just a regular findings and orders submitted for the removal of the second floor apartment based on the lack of fire separation and permits to create the apartment.
You said radio silent, you've had some communication with them?
I've spoken to her at the initial inspection, but afterwards, when I mailed her the restriction that we were planning to get signed, she has not returned it, signed, and then I've called requesting a piece returned, and then she has not responded to any of the messages I've left.
Chris, have you presented the board with the evidence supporting the findings and orders?
I just did, yes.
Okay,
That's the second floor apartment we're
Yes.
going after? Okay.
yep, so we're just recommending the approval. Yep,
Okay. All right, I recommend approval of removal of the second floor apartment for 630 Stewart.
Linda, you got the one I emailed you, right? Okay, just wanted to make sure you got it.
okay, and I concur.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
sir.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, the meeting's open to the public. Anybody have anything they want to say?
Chris? Oh,
Same to you.
ma'am? Good morning.
How are you? Could you come over here, this one, ma'am? Thank you.
So, I was here back in May, I think, inquiring about the property at 51 Webb Street.
Can you give us your name again, please?
Tawana Lawson, I stay at 45 Webb Street, Hammond, Indiana, 46320.
Okay,
My recollection is you live next to 51.
That's correct.
And they're kind of like in a state of disrepair and under construction.
It's not under construction, it's just disrepair.
Disrepair, oh, I thought they had started something and never finished it.
That's true, that was like years ago.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, it's kind of like, it's in bad shape. At some point, they wanted to start to rehab it, but they never finished it.
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get it to, it is on the demo list, yes.
It's been on there like 3 or 4 times, though.
does anybody know if it has been on 3 or 4 times, why it was removed? Was there some kind of agreement made with them?
I don't believe it's been on 3 or 4 times, because I think you only have one thing on it.
So has that been bidded out already and everything?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Okay,
Yeah, can you leave me your name and number and I'll call you?
Sure, are you, Farrell?
I'm Kevin Smith.
Okay, Ms. Smith, sure, I'll leave you my name.
might have talked to Phil
I'll see you
Taylor on
right
that.
after, and I'll make sure to get you the update, like where we are in the process.
Sounds good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anybody else from the public?
Anybody else in the public like to speak? Okay,
I recommend adjournment.
and I concur. Thank you, everyone.